Alrighty folks, we're back and we're still working on that. Now that didn't work out well last time, but I feel I have a plan and I think I can salvage most of it. It's going to be a bunch of work, but I'm willing to try it because I got nothing to lose, just time. And maybe I can reuse a lot of that. I'm a little worried that I goofed this back window, but I kind of have a plan. And by goofing it, what I think I didn't leave enough material to wrap it in there. Because it doesn't, there might be enough, but like up here for sure, but in these other areas, I don't know, I'm a little mixed. I should have left more. So we're going to play, we're going to loosely see if we can fix that. That's going to be the big stipulation if I can fix that. I guess we could always cut it out and do something, but I'm going to try to avoid that if I can not have to do that. Anyways, I'm going to get it off and I'll kind of go through the game plan of what I got going on. Well, now that plan already got foiled. So I was going to mock this down in steel. I was going to kind of mark my lines and cut it and then do my seam around the edge. But it already, you can see how much that padding, because this was folding over the edge. Well, look how much smaller it is now. This panel got like 2 inches smaller per side, not having the foam. So I have to put the foam back on. And it just looks like I'm kind of hooped. I'm gonna have to remake these sides. That's my only guess. Maybe even a stitch across here. I don't want to do that, but I might have to. Who earns? What I might do, because this thing's kind of garbage right now, is I'm just gonna cut. I'm going to reapply the foam. I know I really want to keep this stitching here if I can. So I'm going to redo my foam. I'm going to put the seam right where my stitching's supposed to go. And then that way when I put the top on, where I was bugged about the little bulges, they should be with the seam. So that shouldn't be a big deal. From there, I think what I'm going to do is just cut and sew together whatever. Basically just use this as a pattern now because it's kind of screwed. There's just so much here, and I feel like this could have been fixed down here if I had just done what I wanted. Now, as far as going around the edge and gluing, I still think I'm going to cut and sew the edge, and then I have to add this piece in the bottom yet. The idea with that is I want to go down, I don't know, whatever it was, an inch, inch and a half, so it kind of goes over that belt line, and then I can take this vinyl and it'll, well, essentially on the top of this edge right here, I want to make a seam where I can kind of weld. I say weld. I want to weld this thing on there, but I want to actually have a little bit. Oh, is that going to screw anything else up? I have to think that through. There's going to be a little edging, maybe an inch. I don't know if it's that much, but I'm going to use it to kind of glue my vinyl around. And then it'll give the base of it like a finished look, because that ugliness that I had going between the two seams, I think that'll finish it so it doesn't look weird and broken like it's bulged over it. Has more of a normal convertible look top. Yeah, I don't know. This didn't work the way I thought, so I guess I'm going to put the foam back on, like I said, and then we'll kind of reevaluate this again. I guess we'll go for plan 3. Our third option, which I'm not sure what that is right now. Still loosely going to still follow the same plan I was going with here, but like I say, all the edges I think are going to get cut and they're going to get sewn. That way I can get the right cut to the right shape. And then I kind of wanted it with the smaller, with no foam, because I figured when I tugged it to do something, it would have, how you say, it would have stretched to that spot. But when you see this, it's going to stretch way too much. I'll end up putting that edge. It won't even get there. That's what'll happen. It'll be way too short. All right. Enough babbling. I guess I'll just cut this thing apart and we'll re-sew it together and see what happens here. Well, I think I understand why they put some weird random roof piece going through here, because this is what happens. Well, this fell off, but if I did, you know how I was talking about doing my nice rolled edge? So this works good. My side is all nice. We come up, there's like this really golden area where we're kind of screwed, where this top material gets wrinkly and where this material gets wrinkly. So, you know, you can see I have too much material here already. And up top here, you can already see I have too much material. So it's just a little bit of a battle. So if I do this part, I get everything right. But here, we're going to have to like just cut it and make things look pretty, which really sucks. It's not what I wanted to do. I'm trying to find a way around that it doesn't look like a pair of old pants that have been patched up. Because the way I'm seeing this is I almost need to do, this is one piece, this is one piece, this is maybe 1 or 2 pieces. So it's like, I'm gonna make this out of 6 pieces, and that's just not the look I'm trying to go. So I'm gonna keep struggling along here, see if I can figure something out. I really don't want to have to add that goofy strip down the middle if I can avoid it. Like up here, I think that's why they have this going across, because this material wanted to do weird stuff. I'm sure this is a single piece right up to the window. So that probably does there. I don't know how bubbly or how round. Like if it was flatter, mine's pretty round. So I'm thinking that is what's causing me grief. If this was flatter, I probably would be easier, but I'm not sure. I don't have a very good document how-to to do this, that's for sure. I got a few pictures off the ham, and a couple of them are building them, but they're building them like they look like a convertible top. So it's the same, but not the same. And then I haven't found anything that really shows any sewing, how this part gets done. It's just, here's the steps to get to this. And then there was one, they showed a couple, but it wasn't as round. It was pretty gradual. So that one's pretty easy to do. What I'm trying to do would have worked really well with that style of top. Anyways, I'm going to sit here, ponder a little bit. I don't know, poke at some people, see if anybody else has any ideas. It's a little bit of a struggle here. There's got to be somebody smarter than I am out there that's done something like this. Maybe I'll hit up Lee. Maybe he's got an idea. Well, nothing else but the top is working right, but at least this piece is looking better. Cut some strap 1 inch, so I'm basically overlapping 1 inch. This shouldn't affect the top going into the bed as it sits forward. We'll have to put it in there and just make sure. Did a couple quick tacks, I don't want everything else is lying around here, so we're just trying to give enough material that I can go around and wrap my vinyl when I get this figured out. Anyways, this doesn't seem terrible. I mean, overall, hopefully when the vinyl's on, it'll have a much nicer look. I'm still not sure how I'm doing that, but one step at a time. So basically I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna finish welding this. I'll probably take it off. I'll fit it to the bed just to make sure everything still fits, because we just added 1 inch, but like I said, it's the inner inch. That's the inner portion of it is what's important. So anyways, I'm gonna fit it in the box quick and then we'll throw it back over there. I'll finish welding up this side. We're gonna tack it all, and then, I don't know, I'm gonna scratch my head and try laying some vinyl out. I messaged a few people who do the upholstery stuff, but nobody's gotten back to me, so I'm gonna continue trying here. I think I did pretty good for tonight. We added that strip, which there's actually an extra inch on there, so I just gave myself some room. Really, this thing's supposed to be this high up on this line. So I just don't know. I'm giving myself room everywhere to go around to pad these edges, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, overall, this is not too bad. A little weird spot. I might have to recut this just to get it flat. I kind of glued the edges. I haven't done this bottom piece. I just kind of loosely did it. I want to put some glue in there and just actually glue the foam together and see that it sticks where it's supposed to. Other than that, overall, some of this is not. Yeah, we'll get it sorted out yet. I mean, in my head, that's the vision. That's kind of how the top should be, all nice and pretty. Oh well. Okay, so we just have a lot of scraps that I've just been toying with. I play with the idea of what I did, and it just seems to work when I loosely hang it, but it doesn't when I go into the sewing world. So I don't know. Got a few folks I'm waiting to get back to me. If not, I guess I tackle it yet again. Shouldn't be too bad. I mean, I don't know. I learned a bunch the first time, but hopefully I got to get something right. Anyways, that'll be tomorrow's plan. Pablo's hanging out over there. He's waiting to go in. You ready to go inside, bud? Yeah. All right. Tomorrow's another day.
So, Carson top round 2?
I think 3, I'm not sure.
I've lost count too.
Yeah, I don't know. Nobody really knows. I haven't found anybody who can tell me anything. And I'm a little ahead, so the comments haven't caught up to what I'm thinking.
Where you're actually at in the construction process, design process.
Yeah. It's not quite it's not quite working out the way I thought here.
The pattern creating process.
Yeah. The whole process is me walking back and forth about 1,000 times here.
This is definitely giving you a run for your money.
There's just always something. I don't know how.
Hey, Pablo.
Oh, maybe I'm onto something. I don't know. Kind of sucks. It's not the way my design wanted to be. I have all this tape from my last extravaganza.
Extravaganza. That's a good word for it, actually.
So,
What I see multiple pieces here now.
yeah, I'm not cutting any vinyl as of yet. I'm just trying to see what happens. Like my dilemma before is not to make it look consistent. Oh, hey, you gotta
Pablo's
get out
not
of the way.
understanding personal space right now.
Gotta get out of the way, bud. So it's because we're both here, so now he just wants to hang out.
Oh, I know. Hi, Pablo.
My problem is there's this weird bunch up here. And now you can see by me draping, I'm like, okay, this works, maybe, but I'm thinking I have to, I don't know, there's between these two, there's this excess material. So I kind of almost thinking I was gonna have to come this way, but I don't know that that's gonna work because I think I'm gonna have this bunching problem down here.
And the internet has not been helpful. Not super helpful.
I think I understand why they do it a certain way. It just sucks. It's just not the way I want to do it. And I'm thinking it's just gonna have to be, because like I'm trying to find an area where if I came here, can I wrap this thing across? But then I'm struggling with all the extra material down here.
Yeah, extra material
And
has
that
been
has-
a problem from the beginning.
And that has to wrap down there. It's like, man, I just don't want it to look like a pair of old blue jeans with like a million patches in it. I actually like, I don't know, I gave up and I haven't looked at it in like 2 days because it was just,
It's been a bit. It's been a minute.
it's been sucky.
I can vouch for that.
I've just been doing other things. Just cutting and making stuff for around here, but I don't know. If come to the guys are coming by tonight, so we'll see if brainstorming or anybody can come up with an idea. I tried plastic, but I think it I don't know. There must be some kind of sewing paper or something, maybe.
What about like?
Because if I do this, I can it does everything I want. It's kind of hard to tell where it's screwy and not screwy.
So I have a suggestion: butcher paper or
That's
that
probably
brown.
what I. Where do we get that?
Actually, probably Staples, because
Okay.
it's like a packing, like a roll of packing paper or whatever. You know what I mean? That brown.
Oh, right. Maybe that's what I got to do then.
I think that's what actually people
That would
use
make sense because you
to
know
make
this
patterns.
is. You have to imagine this is like steel, so whatever doesn't work, it's if you have that.
Yeah.
So when I get this side, when I get this profile right, this goes around, so this all feels good, but then I'm stuck with this. Which
Yes.
is why I think, but I don't even know how do those guys make that look good.
I almost feel like even when you stitch it, that stretches it a little bit.
You can do something, but I'm good. Like it needs a stitch to get rid of it.
Yeah, no,
So
I know.
When you see the tops, I think there's always have that little bow going across. I kind of showed him this already.
Yeah,
but
I know.
I had
That'll
that
be in a
little bow
video.
going across, so I think that's a part of like it sucks. I didn't want that, but
Yeah.
boo earn.
No, this one is definitely challenging your brain.
Yeah, I can't put the material anywhere else. Because what happened was I had this right. I had this shape good,
Yeah.
and then I had too much material in here. And
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do with this. And then to me it was like, oh, I'll just change it by, I'll go up.
Let me
But
come
I mean,
around.
I go up and it's just going to end up, by the time I get this flat, well no, see then it screws it up there again.
Like no matter what you do, there's a ripple somewhere and like a
You have to get rid of the
excessive
ripple.
amount of extra material somewhere.
Yeah. I guess you have to treat it like a convertible, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I have to sew 2 stitches across, or you do like a single, like this. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It sucks. It goes away from what I envision.
I think I'm gonna go to town tomorrow. I'll pick you up a roll of that
Yeah.
brown paper.
Yeah, I probably need to do something else 'cause this sucks.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, this stuff is, I've been manhandling it so much, I don't even know if anything's ever going to come out of it anymore. There's so many stains in it and stuff.
Well,
Every time I think my hands are clean, they're not.
I've got
Great
some
choice in color, eh?
pretty.
Whatever. Maybe I'll go for supper and I'll ponder it some more.
Yeah, it's not a bright white anymore.
Well, I am still struggling. I got the paper. I kind of have an idea going up what I'm doing. I cut a new piece to do this lap on top, but you can see all this. I don't really know. I'm kind of running out of ideas. So I think what I'm just going to do, I'm going to get this as centered as I can. And I've just made my chalk line where, you know, my old floppy sides are. I'm going to just cut and, you know what, just try stuff. I don't know anymore. I'm going to cut this on my mark. I'm just going to line up my sides. I'm just going to stitch, and we're going to see if at least this side and this stuff works the way I think. I'm not too worried about this stuff right now because I'm feeling I'm just going to have a random stitch going across. So, yeah, I just got to find something. I got to get something working here. I'm, the front, we got some weird stuff too, but maybe that'll just sort of splash out once I trim some of this away. It'll not look so, excessive. I don't really know. We'll, we have it sort of centered right now, but it just, like this side, like, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm having a really, really hard time with this. So, you know what? I'm just going to try something and we'll see what happens. At least I'm just going to do the single stitch this round, and if I screw up, I can cut the stitching and re-sew it if I feel it needs to be tightened up somewhere or something like that. So anyways, let's... basically the plan right now is, you can see my orange mark. I'm going to trim this to that, and then that should go to the exact edge of the original sides that I had, except, you know, they're exaggerated down. I'll be able to trim them off because we're going to make another bit that's going to go on the inside and sewn to the edge. So I'm thinking, don't know if this is going to work, but I'm about to try because I don't know what else to do now. All right, well, I feel like this is a win. Doesn't look like it, but so nothing's permanently sewn yet. But it goes in. It looks a little bubbly and goofy, but once we get in here and actually fine tune it and give everything a little tug, this might be a little bit of a problem, but I don't know if I can one-handed kind of pull it out. So I think everything's gonna work. The back is still a little goofy, but I think that is gonna be, with this paper I kind of had it, there's gonna be this medium that I'm gonna have to try to play between two, because this crease
I think I got to play with that crease into the middle and then find whatever spot to do a cut across. Because if I feel this seam's about the same, so we're going to do something across here. And if I tug and push everything to the middle, I'll have a middle lump, but I'll be sewn out with the fourth piece, I guess would be the right way to say it. See, these I can kind of run. If we get to the middle, hopefully I can do this where this works. I'm hoping. I don't know that I'm going to commit to these double stitches just yet. I was going to, but I feel I have to do this. I need all this to play a game here for me. Okay. Once that's all done, these are here kind of done, then I'm going to come in and you can see this edge I have. My plan is to cut it right onto there all the way around, and then we're going to make more pieces inside to kind of hold everything in place here. If I can at least get this back panel made as a win, I'm going to be really happy this round. That's a huge struggle right there. Well, folks, this thing has been kicking my butt. My goodness. So, Roll by, gave me a hand. This is what I'm thinking for my pattern. I don't know if this is going to work good in my favor yet. I've been kind of fighting and struggling with this seam. We kind of had this going. I think this is pretty good. It'll stretch out not bad. I have been like cutting this seam open and then closing it, tightening it up a bit. I'm just hoping I've done it to the point I don't wreck my line. So this one, it looks kind of bunky yet, but I think this one's pretty good. I can't really show it, but when you stretch it a little, things seem to be better-ish. Maybe we can steam it. I don't know anymore. I'm having a hard time. The other side's like got a couple little lumpers in there that I've been trying to do. I think around here I got one that I kind of goofed when I did it, so I'm going to cut this open again and then try to sew it tighter. The rest of it's like, I don't know, I think it's going to kind of be what it is. I don't really know anymore. This thing is hard. I am having a hard time. Oh, I might cut this open too. You can see all of my needle stitches poking through. Not happy about this. Hopefully I can fix that. Anyways, we got the pattern. This is gonna go here. I'm kind of thinking of shooting here. Like, I'm gonna try to get this portion to the window nice and straight. I feel the window I can kind of poke and prod, I hope, and get things packed in there. But right now, this is a few of these things I'm trying to do. So all I'm doing, you kind of seen a little bit. I take the razor blade, I'm kind of cutting it open. Yeah, some of my needles are poking through here, so I have too much material up here. I'm gonna cut it and re-sew it. We'll try that. I think, yeah. I think the last I looked, I think I'm gonna have like another long time trying to figure this out. I'm hoping, honestly, I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna call this video here. I'm struggling. Maybe somebody's got an idea that can poke at me. I don't have a clue. I'm probably just gonna try shoot with what I got going on right now, and hopefully something works out. Or it's just gonna look like a big white garbage bag on top of here, and I think that's where I'm gonna keep it. Anyways, I'm gonna struggle a little more later. I'm just gonna hit up a car show, do a few things. So I think we're gonna run the video, end the video about here. If you haven't already seen on the second channel, we probably talked, and I was showing a little bit about this. We picked up another 4-poster. It's rough. I had that 2-post, but after owning one of these, I'm like, a 4-post is the bomb. So this one, I think somebody's modified it up. It was supposed to be bolted to the floor. I can't really do that because I don't know where my lines are in the floor to make this a permanent fixture. So it kind of can slide around. So I guess that's why they added all the bracing on the bottom. And then on the front, they had some, it wasn't a very pretty bar. So I kind of added my own. But it's a pretty light duty, but it's good for like these little hot rods and stuff like that. So I'm kind of okay with that. I took the T from the other side and I threw it over here, and then, well, it's like your typical 4-poster. It lifts up. This one's a little different because the cylinder's up here, not underneath. And the reasoning for that is what's actually pretty cool with this one is, I don't have power on it right now, but these are actually scissor lifts. So, and unfortunately my car is too narrow, so it doesn't actually fit in here. I thought I could put it on and then I lift it up, but the car, if you look, my rails are too narrow. They don't fit in there. Anyways, what normally would happen is your rockers or your car would go on here, and then these things actually lift up and you can get your wheels off and stuff. It's like really cool. Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'll power it up and I'll show you. See that? How cool is that? I've never seen that before. But unfortunately, it doesn't reach my car anywhere, so. Everything needs a whole bunch of work. The locks are manual right now, so you gotta manually unlock them, you gotta manually lock them. So I wanna fix that up. The scissor lift, the locks are all buggered in there, so I wanna build some kind of a lock system for that. But for the most part, if I can at least lift the car, we can probably put some beams and support it with some jack stands and stuff like that. I don't know, it's for smaller projects like that. Probably Rolly's car, I'll probably go working on there, stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I think that is where we are going to leave this one for now. That thing is frustrating the beans out of me. I think I have a plan. It's taking a long time. That thing's kicking my butt. Like I said, I couldn't find much out there. I tried a whole bunch of paper patterns. I tried everything. It's all trial and error. It's just, I don't know. I'm not winning at it, but maybe next round we're going to get it. I'm hoping next round I'm going to get that back done. I hope to get a lot further this round, and it's just time, and the video is like getting long. So yeah. Anyways, next round I'm going to build this panel. We're going to stitch that, hopefully fix up a few of these seams like I want. And then probably I'm going to try to get around to try to get all these edges so we can actually glue this top on and get it done. Man, it's, I don't know what to say. I'm upset, but I'm not. It's just, I've never done it. I've never formally been trained in anything sewing or do nothing. Some of you folks were asking how you, you know, how did you learn? I bought a sewing machine and I just tried. I see videos or I see pictures. Unfortunately, all I have is pictures. I haven't seen any videos and I'm learning as I go. The tonneau cover turned out pretty good. The roof, that's going to be a struggle. Like my little Roadster, I made the top for that one. That was pretty easy, but this is a whole different beast. All right, I babbled on long enough. We're going to call it here. I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.